Blair, what do you have down there? Have you had the surgery? Have you had the big snip? But I have not had gender reassignment surgery. And I'm going to talk about why I don't plan on having a gender reassignment surgery anytime in the near future. I think it's something that a lot of trans people don't want to talk about. It's something the trans community sees as a huge taboo. So the first is an extremely important one to me, and it's very taboo to talk about, but the rates of depression and worse, and you know what I mean by worse, I'm not even going to say it because I'll get demonetized, are actually extremely high post-op. So after people have that surgery, it's actually very common for them to have a very, very deep depression, one that leads them to doing things that are obviously unspeakable. And that has someone like me, who is obviously a potential candidate for having this done, very worrisome. You know, I like to go into everything armed with as much information as possible because I never want to go into anything blind, especially something like this. It's like, once you do that, you're not going back. Like, sorry, like all this talk of detransitioning or whatever, you can't fix that if you change it up once. It's one and done. A lot of trans people see the surgery, the big one, the big snip, as sort of like a fix to their life. They make it the biggest goal in their life, that they're waiting their whole lives for it. And then when they get it, they realize, oh, rent is still due. I'm still dealing with this bad relationship. I still have these issues with my family. I still don't have a career going for myself. I think that people put so much emphasis on it as if it's going to fix their life, when in reality, it's not going to. The surgery could not make someone happy. So the next reason is a very practical one, the cost. It is like 30 grand to get this surgery done by someone who's actually good at it. It's extremely expensive, and I really could not justify not putting that money into a roof over my head, into a college fund for my future children, providing for my fiance, or just having it for a rainy day. The other reason that I feel like people don't really talk about is the complications and the risks and the aftercare of this surgery, which I don't think anyone doubts that this surgery is like an intense surgery, an extreme surgery. I mean, you're dealing with that area. It's an incredibly sensitive area. But I also think that a lot of people very much underestimate how intense it is. You're not actually cutting anything off. You're not removing anything. You're actually reusing the tissue, organizing things, and you're basically turning it inside out to create a cavity, which looks like a vajayjay. Now, I have seen quite a few of these vajayjays in real life and on the internet post-op. And I have to say it is about 50-50. I have seen some that look impeccable, some that look real, some that look awesome, and I have seen some that do not. And think about if you've ever had any type of wound on your body, what your body does is attempt to close it. Like, that's what your body is trained to do. That is what your body does to help you. So after this surgery, your body is fighting to close off this new foreign cavity that's suddenly there. So to stop it from doing that, much like, you know, a piercing or a body modification of another sort, you have to keep it open. And you have to use one of those on yourself for up to a year every single day. I don't know who the hell has up to a year of downtime after surgery, but I do not. And then the surgery is often a very risky surgery. So there are a lot of really crazy complications that can happen. People have had their urethras close up. People have been unable to pee. People have lost their pleasuratory sensations when they're making love. Like, there's just a lot to it. And I think people treat it, especially the media and trans people, treat it as like this like quick fix, and it's going to change everything and you're going to be good afterwards. And, you know, that's just not always how it is.